I'm gonna call up, our chaplain is not here, I'm gonna call up Fabrizio, my executive officer, to do the opening prayer, please. Everybody rise, please.
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us all together another year of the VOD and the Patriots Pen, the families and their students, the administrators, the officers here, and all the town officials and people who have supported the naval ship and the VFW in everything that we do, in particular this yearly competition. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for allowing these young men and women to focus on the task that was presented to them, providing their thoughts, their opinions on a specific subject, and doing so above all the others who were competing against them. We thank you for this and for all the good things that you've provided us in the past and will continue to provide us in the future. Amen.
Now if you remain standing, please. I'll call on President of the Auxiliary, Mary Ann Cullen, for the pledge.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now you can be seated. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn it over in a second to my chairman and let him do all the stuff that I usually do. I'm passing the buck. But I do want to thank myself. I want to thank the ladies for the Patriot Pen, for the job that they do, all the ladies that do everything for us down here. And I want to thank the chairman and the judges, Dennis Simmons and Flo Santini, for the VOD judging. I know that's not an easy task. I know our count is up now on the VOD, which is fantastic, because this program is one of the programs that the VFW wants to keep going. And as we said before, you move up, although hard, but you move up, and you can get a $30,000 scholarship from the National VFW. So it's worth getting in, and it's worth keeping, which is hard. Things are hard to keep, to keep going. And the only other thing is, in case John forgets, because he doesn't have it written down here, and I do, we have to keep within the theme. John told me that a lot of the essays were getting off tangent of the theme. You have to stay within that theme, because although all the essays were very good, as the judges said, if you're not within that theme, it might be okay for us for a winner here. But when you move up to district, and then you move up to state, then you move up to national, it gets scrutinized even more. And once you get up there, if it goes off the theme a little bit, they're not going to accept it. And as I said, I'll turn over the mic now to my chairman, John Pagano. And thanks John for the job that he does.
Mr. Murata, the principal of the school, for his continuing support. Oh, all right. Can you hear me now? I'd like to thank Mr. Murata for his continuing support. The number of participants went from 7 or 8, and we got over 20. We had 22 this year. And I have to thank Mr. Coniglio for his involvement, because the program went through 22 through his help. And all his extra time, he doesn't get paid for this. He puts in his extra time. He got these students involved, and he did a good job, because, like I said, we had very few mistakes this year. And I'd be remiss without thanking Miss Nicoletti, Mr. Murata's secretary, because she helped me with a lot of questions. Once I turn it over to them, I don't have to really get involved. I have to pick them up. But in between, Miss Nicoletti really helps us out a lot. And that's about all I have. Thank you.
Geez, I thought it was gonna be bigger than that. I could've did that. Okay, now we'll start our winners in the VOD. Third place is Brittany Kroll. Come up and read yours. Do you have a copy? We'd like you to read it.
Hello, everyone. Great. Sorry to be a few minutes late. It's beautiful weather over here. We just came through fog and it's still raining on the other side of the mountain.
In my vision for America, all citizens seeking employment will have job opportunities in professional fields offering decent wages, where employers and the government will provide quality retirement. Everyone will also have free healthcare and affordable college education. Also, in my vision, America will manufacture its own goods and farming will become a sustainable and profitable way of life again. Furthermore, we will have safer communities and lower crime rates. A first step would be affordable college education, which is very important for our future. Without a college degree, the selection of jobs and pay scale are minimal. A college education creates more opportunity and choice of career. Furthermore, with college debt so high, when students graduate from college, it is difficult for them to start their lives, raise a family, and buy their first home. The job opportunities must be improved. We need to have a skilled labor force in manufacturing and engineering here in America. These technical jobs will offer employment to millions of workers, offering higher salaries for white and blue-collar workers. This will bring back pride to America. With these jobs, families will have higher income and people will begin to have a better outlook on life. The unemployment rate will decrease and hopefully the crime rate will drop as well. While manufacturing in America, we will see product in our stores that say, Made in America again. It will be a great feeling to purchase products made with American design and ingenuity. Making our own products could also lead us to export more than importing, which could make us more money and our economy would flourish. Bringing back farming as a way of life would be very sustainable and profitable for America. The majority of our meat, fruit, and vegetables are coming from other countries right now. But this should change. We should be producing our own food because we don't know what the other countries are doing to it before we get it. Also, the farmers have lost all of their land and money because their input costs were so high, and because they were getting so little money from the companies who were buying their crops, milk, etc. from them. Another vision I have for America is we need to focus on helping our citizens who are homeless and starving. Right now, our government is helping others outside of our country instead of helping our own citizens. We can help these citizens by opening more soup kitchens and shelters. Taking care of our environment and protecting our national parks and vast wilderness is also very important. These forests and wilderness have been here since the first colonists of our country have arrived here. They are a part of America's history. We need to preserve these lands and we can't destroy them. They are also home to many wildlife creatures, so if we do destroy them, these animals will start to come into our neighborhoods because they have nowhere else to go. Or some of the species might even start to go extinct because they don't have the same resources that they had in the forest. In addition, my vision for America includes lower crime rates and safer communities. There have been so many school shootings recently, and it's not safe. We are losing our morals, but we have to try and regain them so that everyone can live happily and feel safe in their own communities without having to worry. Free healthcare would also be very beneficial for the citizens. Many citizens can't afford healthcare, which results in them not being able to get certain tests done, or they have to pay for it out of their pocket, which not everyone is able to afford. Or citizens have an insurance that has a very high premium and or extremely high annual deductible. Also, the elderly people need a better retirement plan because the money they are being issued every month is not nearly enough to be able to pay for food, bills, etc. We need to find a retirement plan that will let people enjoy their retirement and not make them worry about having to pay the bills. My visions are very beneficial for America and they would help the country tremendously. For example, my vision for free healthcare would help many citizens get their tests that are needed, and it would also not put them into debt. I hope that in the future my visions will become realities.
before I announce the second place, I missed a few people. Usually, through the years, I didn't have to write this stuff down. Now I have to. I'd like to thank Jim Henry for coming, city judge. Judge Freehill, Supreme Court judge, and his wife, thank you. Mayor Decker, anybody want to say anything?
I'll always take the opportunity to say something. I want to thank you all for inviting us to this luncheon. I particularly want to thank Judge Henry for asking me to be a judge in this event. I was so impressed by the quality and the number of very positive essays that were prepared. It was so difficult to rate. If you had to pick just one out of all of them to say was the best, it's almost impossible. There were so many that were close, and it's just a great civic enterprise that our hosts are involved in. And it made me think about a number of topics I might not have considered until I actually read through these. And I congratulate everyone who participated. Thank you all very much.
Okay, our second place winner is Reese Decker.
America is not just a country, it's the greatest country on earth. America's life will last forever because of its vast amount of citizens who care about their country. America, later on in its years, will continue to grow in population, and many people will trek here from other countries, either to begin a new life and or to see what this amazing country has to offer. The economy will be restored to good health, and many who are homeless and living in poverty will have homes and good paying jobs. Racism will come to an end. People will soon respect each other and see each other as equals. They won't be judged based upon their way of living and background. Drug control will be enforced, and gradually drug trade will become extinct, leaving every person in America safe and creating a better environment for everyone. More programs will be set up and open to the public to help addicts who are trapped in a drug-filled life become drug-free and begin a new life. Government spending will be controlled and decided by the people, as they will now know where and for what their hard-earned money is going towards in the present and future. People who commit crimes of any sort will receive more serious consequences. This will lessen the chance of the criminal repeating the crime, and the public will feel safer. The cost of a college education will be lowered because everyone deserves the opportunity to be educated. All veterans will be rewarded for their heroism and sacrifices they have made for the sake of this country. Their brave hearts for America will be celebrated not only on Veterans Day, but every day, by the way they will be cared for. Affordable housing will be available for them, and they will receive food and medical care for the rest of their lives. Every single person in the U.S. will have free health care and any medical procedure, no matter what the cost. People will go out of their way to save a life, and when someone's life is in jeopardy, money won't be the first consideration. Treatment will be the #1 priority. The fight to cure cancer will be won. A cure will be found due to the government making it their main focus. The quality of life for every single American will improve due to the elimination of many hardships and struggles Americans had to face. Clearly, as one can see, America is an amazing country and is the land of opportunity, prosperity, and hope for all. No American will face hardships alone. People will be given more options and guidance for choosing the paths of their life. America will only get better as the years go on, and nothing will stop its progression. Anyone who tries to prevent its success will fail over and over again. America is home of the free, the strong, and the brave, and that's what every American citizen is. God bless America.
Okay, our fourth place winner, which we give a check to, we don't have a plaque or anything, because it's only really 3 winners, but we went with the fourth place is Emily Tig. She gets a check. Our first place winner is Nia Lucas.
pot of the world was created by revolutionaries' visions of a powerful and patriotic nation. The formation of America as a country was, of course, not easy, but from hardship and war, the people that fought for this worthy land, alongside magnificent political leaders, found the world's most indestructible country. My vision for America may not have powerful impact, but the ability to voice my opinions and dreams for it is a gift within itself. Like a great man once said, America was not built on fear. America was built on courage, on imagination, and unbeatable determination to do the job at hand. Many live by this like I, acknowledging the creation of such a wonderful country. But a question comes to my mind. What happens to those with the unbeatable determination to do the job at hand? What happens to the veterans? How are these heroes repaid? Thankfully, some veterans return home safely, but unfortunately, many don't. Too many. Many veterans suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, more commonly known as PTSD, along with various mental health problems with very few options to treat, resulting in alarmingly high suicide rates. About 22 veterans committed suicide each day in 2010 because of the horrors they witnessed and that stayed in their memory could not be tended to in time. With the untreated mental health issues that our veterans ache from are not the only complications they face, ranging from physical health to basic necessities like housing and food. Female veterans are the fastest growing population among the homeless. Women who are newly enlisted recruits are one of the fastest growing veteran segments, and after the transitioning from military to life to civilian, at least 10% of female vets live in poverty. My vision for America is to help stop these deaths and the suffering and isolation of those who fought for the freedom this country feel, for the men and women who put their lives on the line for America, being completely selfless to defend millions of people they don't even know just because they are able-bodied and prepared to express patriotism in any need possible. They deserve the utmost respect for protecting this nation as well as other countries in times of need. We need to, as a country, work together to carry a vision like this, to set up more organizations to support the veterans who are suffering from wars and mentally scarring events, to create shelters to house the vets and nowhere else to go. Let's support these troops like how they supported us. Create more phone lines like the Veteran Crisis Line, which gives veterans a chance to chat or text with a consultant about problems they may be dealing with. We need to fund these organizations much more often. Another example would be the National Military Family Association. It grants access to educational and financial benefits for those who have served in the military and their family members. This is my vision for America, to give the people who gave this nation everything the same thing in return, respect.
Okay, let's give all these kids a great hand. And now I'd like to turn it over to the president of the auxiliary for the Patriots Pen, Mary Ann Cullen. I'm going to go check on the food.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here. Thank you to everybody that participated. These are the winners that are here, but we did have 175 entries, down a little bit from the past. But that is fantastic, and I'd like to give a round of applause to all of the teachers that encouraged this program. Thank you. As with the VFW, if these kids go on to the national level, they can feasibly end up with a $50,000 scholarship. Not too shabby for a young person for writing an essay. As with the men also, there is a curriculum that you have to follow. When we get all of these essays, they start here. If they mention somebody's name in it, their hometown, they get knocked right out. And it's sad because you might get to the last line and they'll mention something. These kids do a great job, takes a lot of work. I'd also like to thank our judges, Judge Freehill, David Hoovler, and James Hendry. Thank you for taking the time. We do have one name error in the 8th grade. First place, it is Sasha Ash, just so that you know your plaque will have to be corrected, and we do apologize. At this time, I would like to call up the Patriots Pen 7th grade 3rd place winner. If you do not have your essay, we do have a copy of it to come up. Catherine Durier.
She's not
Okay. The next one, second place, is Sarah Sheps. Sarah chooses not to read bashfulness, but we want to say congratulations and thank you very much for taking your time. Kelly, do you want to take Catherine Durier's?
I will, I'll get it from you.
Okay. And our first place winner is Michael Mahoney. Hi, Michael.
Freedom is defined as the state of being free or at liberty rather than in confinement or under physical restraint. The power to determine action without restraint. Political or national independence. That was just 30 of the many definitions of freedom. To me, freedom means having the opportunity to be who I want to be, dream of anything I want to be, and living an amazing life. Throughout history, man has been controlled by a more powerful person. But man fought back. Some examples of this are Revolutionary War, the Haitian Revolution, Iran Revolution, and the Cuban Revolution. Our forefathers protected our freedom. For example, they made the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, and the Constitution. A thing that comes with freedom is responsibility. This is important because you have the right to do whatever you want, but it is responsibility that stops people from breaking laws. For example, I have the right to bear arms, but I can't go up to a bank and rob it. If I did, then I would be arrested. Another thing is, I have the right to come and go as I please, but if I just get up and left school, I would probably get arrested. Me personally, I think freedom is the best. Freedom is the best because I can be me. In other countries, they will tell you how to act, how to pray, what you do for a living, and how to worship. I would hate that. Another reason I think freedom is the best is how I can have a voice that can be heard. For example, if I think they should lower the speed limit, I can go to a city council meeting and suggest it. So in conclusion, to me, freedom is just the best.
I do apologize. The theme for the 7th and 8th graders that they had to write on is what freedom means to me. Very nice, thank you. We will continue on with 8th grade, 3rd place winner, Olivia Stanzel.
My whole life is based upon getting good grades, succeeding, and making memories. Everyone thinks they have it hard and life is stressful, and so did I, until one day I realized how easy I have it because I live in America. Every day I have struggles and complain over the smallest things, but there's no reason to do that. I can speak my mind, go to school, and so much more. These are the simple things that are so underrated. People all over the world are fighting over these gifts every day, and I luckily get to have these things without a struggle. I hear and read about people fighting for their rights to be able to go to school, and I never really understood that, but I finally do. I finally appreciate all these things that people in other countries dream and pray about. Furthermore, I don't have to worry about my safety. Living in America makes me feel extremely safe. I don't have to wake up every morning and have fears about never seeing my family again. That's the luxury many people unfortunately don't have. Lastly, thanks to the brave soldiers who sacrificed everything for this country, I can follow my beliefs without the consequences other people have to deal with. The brave soldiers who put everything behind for the people they don't know, so we can all have freedoms and live life to the fullest. Those are the soldiers that make me more grateful than words can say. Every time I think of freedom, I think of all the brave people who put everything on the line, the people who went out of their way to make a difference. When I think of freedom, I think of all the soldiers who made America what it is today. That is what freedom means to me.
Our second place winner for 8th grade is Alex Kinman.
What is freedom? To me, freedom is what drives our society and what makes the people who fight for it continue to do what they do. Freedom is being able to feel safe, know your rights, have your own way of thinking, and know the simple fact that your family can't be taken away. Freedom is what makes America the land of the free and the home of the brave. Without freedom, what are American soldiers fighting for? Freedom is being able to have barbecues and parades on the 4th of July, but also being able to celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah. Freedom is participating in sports and other hobbies, not because you have to or you're told to, but because you enjoy doing so. However, freedom does not come cheap. All give some, but some give all, many say. Many soldiers are deployed or suffer mental and physical injuries. For example, paralysis, post-traumatic stress disorder, loss of limbs, and death. Though the only effect of this on many civilians is freedom, has a very big impact on the life of the soldiers and their families. Some soldiers have to go to physical rehabilitation, therapy, and some even have to live in wheelchairs for the rest of their lives. Even members of the military that aren't yet deployed have restrictions. My brother is in the Navy and he can't just decide to take the day off or come home because he's feeling sick. He has to serve his time before he can get time off. Though it may not seem like a big deal, not seeing your brother for 9 months can be quite upsetting. Freedom is very important to our society and should prosper for years to come. Those who protect it should be looked upon as heroes regardless of their physical or mental state. To me, freedom is a luxury that many are not fortunate enough to enjoy.
You said your brother is in the Navy? Did you get that, Captain? His brother is in the Navy? Okay. We are the last naval ship in the country, and we are very proud of that.
Wow.
And with apologies for the spelling, our first place winner, Sasha Ash.